Alright guys, Mr. Catlin here looking at lesson 16, number 1. The way that this one is phrased is a little bit confusing. I kind of get where it's coming from, and maybe we'll have this discussion in class, maybe we won't. But whenever you have the situation where something is being taken away from a number and it has to be bigger than a value, what Priya is saying here is that when you subtract a number, x, from 12, and you want that result to be bigger than 5, that means that your solutions, your x's, have to be smaller than things to be able to keep that bigger than 5. So for example, like mentally, we know that we can do 12 minus 7 and it will equal 5. Like we know that that's true. We can replace 7 into that and we'll be okay, right? So what kind of other numbers would keep this above 5? Well, if we start taking away more than 7, then we know that that's going to give us numbers that are smaller than 5. So what she's saying is that x's need to be smaller than something to keep this working. And since 7 makes it equal that, it's probably going to be numbers that are smaller than 7. Numbers like 5 or 12 minus 6 or 12 minus 2, those are going to work. And even if you start putting negative numbers, like numbers that are smaller than 7 that are negative, you're still going to end up having 12 minus, like negative 5. Well, that's going to be greater than 5 because that adds to it and makes 17. So what she's saying here makes sense, although it is kind of confusing. I agree with Priya. Alright, we agree with her. Explain your reasoning and include some solutions to the inequality in your explanation. So I agree. The numbers have to be less than 7 to make it true, right? And so you could give some answers like in your response, numbers that are less than 7, like 12 minus 2 is greater than 5. That's 10. That's an example right there. Numbers like 0, 12, take away nothing is greater than 5. Some students just overcomplicate problems like this, and they try to get x by itself by subtracting 12, getting negative 7, and getting confused on, we got to be bigger than negative 7. But it really is as simple as we have to have numbers that are smaller than 7. That gets flipped around just because of the subtraction of the number we don't know. Alright? But we do agree with her, and here's some reasons why that we agree with her. Alright? And I'm going to stop there before I go to the next problem. I'll probably do 2 and 1 on the next.